All right, Rod. So 1-0 victory against Hornchurch in the Senior Cup. Takes us through to the quarter-finals. What would you make of the performance today?
Yeah, I've got to be fair. It's credit to both teams. Very cold night. The pitch is sort of, I wouldn't say it's hard, but it's getting that way.
Frosty.
So it's very frosty tonight. And as I say, you know, sometimes it's the bubbles and things like that you have to be careful of. But I thought it was definitely playable, and I thought both teams were a credit, really. I felt Hornchurch come. I know Mark's got a few out, you know, more of his senior players, but he brought some youngsters in as well tonight that I think stood up for him. But similar to ourselves, obviously we give Aaron Drewer his debut, who's on loan from QPR. Ben Warman come in, obviously, who's a young lad from Cambridge, and then probably majority of my players that started tonight probably haven't been playing. Obviously Billy's been out suspended, and then you can go on Soho, Leroy Lita and Simo, and plenty of players out there tonight that needed the minutes. Probably the only ones who have played regular for me was probably two centre-halves. So listen, that was pleasing. We really tried to move the ball tonight, even on that pitch. I think you might have seen that from where you was. We tried to pass it with more patience in our build-up, which is something I thought Brad, who come in, done well for us. Brad Stevens, he looks like he can handle the ball for us, so that was good. Change of shape at half-time. I wanted two up top, so I played slightly narrow because we had two full-backs that could get out, and I thought that really helped us. I thought we got good width. We had a couple of good crosses in. And on, you know, if we can take that type of performance into a league game, I think we're sort of starting to go on the right track, and that's what we're looking to do. So as I say, you know, take nothing away from Hornchurch. They're flying in their league below. Still a tough fixture for us, and it's a cup that, as I just said to the boys in there, we want to do well in, and it's a cup that we need to stay in because where we don't have any reserves and things like that, we need to try and get some minutes into the players like we did tonight, which is positive. So, you know, you can be as fit as you like, but playing games is where you really get your match fitness from, and tonight there's probably quite a lot of them players that benefit.
What did you make of the likes of Aaron Drew and Ben Warman after they had their first full starts for us since they joined us?
Obviously, they both come from pro clubs. I think they're both 18. But yeah, what you have to look at, I thought Ben, you know, he got the penalty for us. I moved him slightly higher just before that. He was playing at the base, and then Churchy come on and took the base up, and then he moved in one, so it got him a little bit higher up the pitch. I think he might have hit the target and possibly scored. I think he was teeing himself up for that, and the lad took his foot away. I was really impressed. I thought he'd done really well. He shifted the ball well. Reminds me very much of a Ches Isaacs, really. The way that he sort of, you know, keeps on the ball and tries to probe and tries to find passes. So I thought he'd done quite well for us. And Aaron, I felt he got better in the second half. I felt a couple of times in the first half you could probably see he's nervous. But listen, you know, same again, he's 18 years old. And, you know, but tonight I felt they looked like they're comfortable on the ball. And it was a good game for them, to be honest. We can learn a bit more from both of them tonight. It is a tough level. Even playing Hornchurch is a tough level. So when you go into your league programme, that's a tough level, one step higher. So we have to gauge where they are as players to where we are in the level we're at. But listen, they're here for a reason. They're out on loan to try and understand a bit more about men's football. But yeah, overall, listen, I was really pleased. Good to see Billy not out there and get some minutes. Thought he was excellent second half. And as I said, with Brad coming in, and you could see the amount of players that we had outside the squad tonight, along with some of them that was sort of on the bench. I felt it showed that we've got quite a lot of depth here. But, you know, it's like anything. Maybe at the minute I've got probably, you know, too many players. I need to look at that and reassess what we need to do over the next few days. And, you know, hopefully we can get ready for Saturday.
And I think it was 8 changes you made tonight. Did any of them stand out for you that might go into your reckoning for Saturday against Hungerford?
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, obviously we've still got some talented players and some good footballers outside of tonight's team. So we'll obviously have a look at that. I'll speak to Nick as well, who's been away today. He graduated, he got a diploma in what he does. So congratulations to him. So he's away in Liverpool. So me and Nick will speak over the next couple of days, and we'll get back in Thursday, and you know, there might be 1 or 2 new faces in, and there might be 3 or 4 new faces going the other way. So, you know, that's where we are at the minute, if I'm being honest. We need to look at all areas, and we need to try and get stronger because, you know, I still believe that we can turn this season around, getting into the quarterfinals as well of this cup. We've got a very big trophy game coming up as well, but the biggest game out of all will be Saturday against Hungerford. So we need to get some wins in the league and then try and push up, because that's what the season's all about. But this keeps our season alive in the Essex Senior Cup, and then we've got the trophy, which is a big one. So yeah, I think we're in a good place. We just got to keep trying to progress every week.